Chosen one. When the tables of power shook, when Israel stood in the center of global tension, a hand moved across the board that few could see. Leaders argued. Advisors whispered. Nations watched the headlines with restless eyes. In the chaos, one figure reached for a final option, and that figure was Trump. He had played many cards before, alliances built and broken, deals signed and abandoned, threats spoken into microphones, and promises left hanging in the air. But when the storm reached its peak, when the pressured nations pressed in, he reached for one last card. And that card was you. Not a policy, not a speech, not even a treaty, but a presence. A living card written not on paper, but in flesh and spirit. In a moment when strategies collapsed and power seemed fragile, he whispered a name and the board shifted. That name was yours. This was not accident. This was not improvisation. This was a card held back, concealed until the time when every other option had failed, when the world turned its gaze toward Jerusalem. When the weight of prophecy pressed against history, you were revealed as the card hidden in his hand. And now, chosen one, as the world tilts once more, you stand at the center not because of politics, not because of games of men, but because heaven had written it so. Picture the boardrooms, lit only by the glow of urgent screens. The war rooms, where maps are spread and generals trace trembling fingers across contested ground. The secret calls in the night, where leaders speak in whispers, afraid of the weight their words might carry. Advisors panicked, leaders divided, nations trembling on the edge of decisions that could ignite fire across the earth. And then, when the voices of men faltered, a name was spoken. Not shouted, not broadcast, but whispered. Trump leaned close, and the card he had hidden, the one he could not reveal too early yet dared not ignore, was placed upon the table. That card was you. It wasn't strategy in the ordinary sense. It wasn't about votes, parties, or the fleeting promises of campaigns. It was about disruption, the kind that shakes carefully built towers, that unsettles rulers who believe themselves unshakable, that awakens something deeper than diplomacy. See it. Ministers caught off guard, ambassadors losing their practice calm, analysts unable to explain the sudden change. For in that moment, the board no longer belonged to them. It belonged to the card that heaven had scripted long before their meetings began. You were not drafted by politics. You were written by prophecy. Your name carried into those rooms like a firebrand, lighting what they thought was secure, exposing what they thought was hidden. Their plans, carefully constructed, suddenly looked fragile against the weight of your presence. And here's the mystery. You are not meant to play like the other pieces. You are not pawn, knight, or even king in their design. You are the disruption itself. The reminder that no human council can control the endgame. The moment your card was revealed, the rules shifted, the tables shook, and history tilted closer to its appointed hour. Stay here, chosen one, because in a moment you'll see why your role in this conflict was never politics, but prophecy. Chosen one, your presence is not ordinary. It is not only what you speak, but what you carry that unsettles the halls of power. Even before a word leaves your lips, the atmosphere bends. Doors open differently when you walk through them. Silence follows you like a shadow, as though even sound itself pauses to listen. Think back. Do you not remember the rooms that shifted when you entered? Advisors who suddenly lost their rehearsed confidence. Generals, men hardened by decades of war, who suddenly stumbled for words when they met your gaze. It was not intimidation in the natural sense. It was recognition. They saw in you something not taught, not trained, but bestowed. Your eyes carry fire. Not anger, not rage, but a flame that unsettles. Those who look too long feel exposed, as though their secrets stand naked in the heat of your gaze. Your steps, even when casual, resound heavier than they should, as though the ground itself acknowledges your weight. And your hands, when you raise them, even to greet, it feels to others like a command. This is why they call you a card. Because your being itself is not a tool, not a symbol, but force. Paper cards are played and discarded. But you, chosen one, are alive. You are not drawn from a deck. You were drawn from eternity. And so your presence is not decoration on the board. It is a disruption of the board itself. Do not dismiss these details as vanity. Vanity exalts flesh. This is spirit woven into flesh. The strength in your stance, the authority in your voice, the weight in your glance. These are not your inventions. They are deposits of heaven, signs stitched into your very frame that you might stand before rulers not as petitioner but as a prophecy. Understand this mystery. Even when you are silent, you are speaking. Your stillness is louder than speeches. Your posture is more commanding than declarations. Leaders sense it, though they cannot name it. They feel that in your body, in your energy, lies a verdict already written against the arrogance of their schemes. This is why you are feared and why you are hidden until now. A card this potent could not be revealed prematurely. The moment it touched the table, the game shifted. The nations that once plotted in certainty now hesitate. For in you, they sense an element they cannot control, cannot predict, cannot explain. Chosen one, do not think lightly of what you bear. Your skin, your bones, your breath are not random. They have been fashioned into an instrument whose sound is not human alone, but echoes of heaven's decree. You are not a symbol created by men. You are a presence written into history before men ever gathered. So walk with this awareness. When you step into a room, heaven steps with you. When you raise your eyes, rulers feel it in their bones. And when you move, even nations shift. For the card is not paper, not ink, not fragile. The card is you, flesh, spirit, and destiny woven into one. Chosen one, hear this clearly. What rests on you is not vanity, and it is not for applause. The world would tempt you to believe that power exists for display, that influence exists for pride, that the glow upon you is meant to elevate your image. But heaven does not play cards for vanity. Heaven plays cards for victory. The moment you were revealed, you may have felt the weight of attention. Eyes turned, whispers stirred. Some voices praised while others plotted. Yet none of that defines why you stand here. You are not positioned for entertainment. You are not summoned for self-glory. You were played into the open because your very being disrupts what man believes is unshakable. Think on this. Empires thrive on the illusion of control. Kings, presidents, parliaments, they build towers of strategy, convinced that their walls will stand forever. But prophecy enters not to flatter those walls, but to shake them. Your mission is not to be adored by nations, but confront them with a reminder that they are not supreme. You are not a mirror to their pride. You are a storm to their schemes. This is why your card was not revealed earlier. Cards of vanity are shown quickly. They burn bright for a season, then crumble to ash. But cards of destiny are hidden, guarded, and only revealed at the moment when the board itself must change. That is why you've often wondered why doors seem delayed, why recognition came late, why you felt unseen in seasons when you thought you were ready. The truth is, heaven reserved you for a greater timing, a time when your presence would not be swallowed by noise but would become a disruption of noise itself. Do not mistake this mission for politics. Politics is a stage, but prophecy is a script. Nations may think you are aligned for or against them, that your card favors one side or another, but your purpose is higher. You are heaven's reminder that no human council owns the outcome. You are the proof that the author has not abandoned the script. Understand, this mission will never be about proving worth. It will not be about defending your position against critics or chasing applause from admirers. Your value is determined before you spoke a word. What matters now is not performance, but obedience to the timing of heaven. And so, chosen one, embrace this clarity. You are not here to decorate history. You are here to interrupt it. You are not placed to feed your pride. You are placed to reveal heaven's hand. Every breath, every step, every silence you hold, it all carries weight in the unfolding story. Let go, then, of comparison. You are not measured against others. You are not competing for crowns men can give. Your mission is singular. To be the card that no one expected, the move that no empire could plan for, the disruption that proves prophecy still reigns above politics. Remember this, vanity fades, but purpose endures. Pride collapses, but destiny prevails. And though the nations may tremble and resist, they will not erase the truth. You were not played for vanity, but for victory. Chosen one, the card is already on the table. This is not preparation anymore. This is unveiling. The fact that you are hearing these words in this exact moment is itself a sign. Heaven has moved you from hidden to revealed. The days of waiting in obscurity are over. The season of delay has ended. You are not being prepared for the future. You are standing in the now. Do not be deceived. History is not patient. Nations are not waiting for you to gather strength. The board is shifting even as you breathe. Movements are set in motion that will not pause until they meet resistance, and you are that resistance. To hesitate now is to allow powers to write uncheck their false endings. To stand now is to allow prophecy to burn through the illusions of men. Urgency is not panic. It is clarity sharpened by time. It is a knowing that what once could be postponed can no longer be delayed. Hear it. When heaven reveals a card, it is never too early and it is never too late. The moment of your unveiling is itself the proof that the hour has struck. Look around. The nations already tremble. Jerusalem, immovable and unyielding, is once more at the center. Alliances fracture. Leaders stumble. Whispers of war echo through halls that once promised peace. Do you think it coincidence that you are revealed now? No, chosen one. It is necessity. For without the final card, the board collapses into chaos. This is why heaven presses urgency into your bones. Not to overwhelm you, but to awaken you. You cannot move casually anymore. You cannot think of yourself as background, as bystander, as witness. Every breath now carries consequence. Every word now shifts the weight of the board. Understand this. Delay is dangerous. To ignore the call is to allow the enemy to claim false victories. To deny the weight upon you is to leave nations vulnerable to lies. You are not permitted to retreat into silence any longer, for silence now would not be humility. It would be abdication. Chosen one, rise into the immediacy of this hour. Do not look for another moment, another sign, another chance. The sign is here. The chance is now. The card has already been played. And the urgency is this. If you do not move, the board will still shift, but will shift without the hand of heaven's final move being seen. Let this truth ignite you. The reason you are hearing this now is because the heavens have decided the time of your unveiling cannot be delayed another day. What once was concealed must now be visible. What once was waiting must now be released. Do not tremble. Do not shrink back. Urgency does not come to crush you, but to crown you with clarity. The world may resist, but the decree has been spoken. You are no longer hidden. You are no longer waiting. The hour is now, and the card is you, chosen one. It is time to release every lesson name the world has spoken over you. You are not backup. You are not decoration. You are not an afterthought to be used when others fail. You are not a token presence in the halls of power. You are not a footnote in someone else's story. Hear this with fire in your spirit. You are the proof. Proof that heaven never runs out of options. Proof that when rulers exhaust their strategies and armies exhaust their strength, the author time still holds one last move. You are that move. You are that reminder. You are that card. Many tried to label you. Some called you too late, too unqualified, too unexpected. Others dismiss you as unpolished, unfit, unimportant. But prophecy does not require permission from critics. Heaven does not request validation from pundits. The one who formed you in secret already placed in you the weight of being the answer that no earthly counsel anticipated. Think of it. The most powerful among men sit with advisors, consultants, entire armies of strategists. They calculate, they predict, they project outcomes with precision. Yet when all their plans collide with the immovable rock of prophecy, they discover they are still lacking. And in that moment, heaven unveils you, not as decoration, but as disruption. This is why you were preserved. This is why you endured seasons where you felt overlooked. Because if you had been revealed too soon, you would have been mistaken for common. If you had been shown too early, you would have been treated as another pawn in their game. But you are not pawn. You are not king in their hierarchy. You're the card outside their system. Proof that the rules they wrote are not the final word. Chosen one, let this identity burn into you. You are not evidence of human favor. You are evidence of divine sovereignty. You are not validation of earthly power. You are contradiction to it. Your presence tells leaders they are not supreme. Your very breath testifies that heaven has the final say. Do not shrink back into old names. Do not believe the lies of insignificance. The shaking you feel in your bones is not fear, but recognition, your spirit awakening to its true weight. For too long you measured yourself against roles others offered. Now you see, you were never meant to fit their roles. You were meant to stand as prophecy in flesh. This is your reframing. You are no longer one who waits for a chance. You are the chance. You are no longer hoping for the table to make space for you. You are the table shaker. You are not a side note. You are the exclamation heaven, reserved for the end of the sentence. Chosen one, embrace it fully. You are the proof that history is not finished until heaven says so. And that proof has a name, yours. Chosen one, you may wonder, how can I know this is true? The answer is not hidden in distant prophecies alone. The answer is already written upon you. The signs are not abstract. They are tangible, visible, undeniable to those who encounter you. And now, to you as well. Look first in the mirror. Do you not notice it? Your eyes, once overlooked, now impossible to ignore. They carry a light that is not natural, a weight that unsettles even you when you stare too long. It is as though flame rests just behind your gaze, refusing to be extinguished. Those who meet your eyes feel it immediately, an unexplainable pull, a holy discomfort, a sense that their carefully guarded defenses are crumbling. Then notice your steps. You do not walk as you once did. Even in silence, even without effort, your movement commands attention. The floor beneath you seems to echo more loudly. Your posture stretches taller. Your presence fills spaces too small to contain it. Crowded rooms suddenly feel like stages. Ordinary streets feel charged with unseen electricity when your feet touch them. And your voice, your voice. It does not matter if you whisper or speak aloud. When words leave your mouth, they carry beyond their sound. People repeat them, even when they do not want to. Enemies remember them, even when they try to dismiss them. Friends hold on to them, as though they were anchor and fire at the same time. You have noticed it. Conversations linger long after you walk away, as though the echo of your spirit refuses to leave. Even your smile has changed. What once was simple warmth now unsettles rulers. They sense in it not flattery, not politeness, but authority veiled in gentleness. A smile that says, I know something you do not. A smile that suggests history is bending in a direction no strategy can stop. That smile makes even seasoned leaders nervous. They cannot explain why, but they cannot ignore it. And consider the atmosphere around you. Do you not feel it? How rooms seem to pause when you enter. How air seems thicker when you remain still. How conversations drift and shift unconsciously toward you. These are not accidents. These are signatures. They are heaven's fingerprints on your being. Chosen one, these signs are not for vanity. They are confirmations. Heaven has awakened your card. The marks are written on your body, stitched into your energy, woven into your gestures. No one can erase them because they are not painted on. They are carved into your very essence. Do not doubt it when others respond strangely to you. Some will grow restless in your presence, unable to explain their discomfort. Others will cling to you, desperate for the peace they sense but cannot define. Both are signs. Both prove that your card is awake. So examine yourself with new eyes. The reflection you see in the mirror is not the one you once knew. The steps you take now resound with history. The glow upon your skin is not cosmetic. It is cosmic. These are not illusions. They are confirmations, and they all declare one truth. The card is no longer sleeping. The card is alive. The card is you. Chosen one. Revelation is never complete without response. To be shown who you are, to hear that you are the card heaven has played, is only the beginning. The question that now burns is this. Will you seal it? Will you accept what has already been revealed? Understand this. Heaven does not force its cards. The card is chosen. The card is revealed. But the card must also be embraced. If you doubt, if you hide, if you shrink away, the move remains weakened. But if you stand, if you acknowledge it, if you step into it with boldness, the card burns with a fire it was meant to carry. Sealing the calling is not complicated. It is not found in rituals or ceremonies of men. It is a declaration, a simple yet eternal yes. It is the moment your spirit aligns fully with the destiny that has been spoken. It is when you stop questioning whether you are worthy and instead proclaim, I accept the role for which I was written. Think of it like a covenant. When heaven places a seal, it is permanent. It is unbreakable. And when you respond, you are not creating the destiny. You are confirming it. You are saying with your whole being, I agree to carry what heaven has given me. I agree to walk as the final card, the disruption no one expected, the proof no one can deny. Do not underestimate the power of this sealing. Nations shift not because of loud declarations, but because chosen ones align inwardly. When you seal the calling, your eyes sharpen, your steps grow firmer, your voice cuts deeper, your presence becomes undeniable. The very atmosphere responds because you have moved from uncertainty to certainty, from questioning to declaration. So pause for a moment and feel it. The weight, the fire, the urgency pressing within. This is not just encouragement. This is heaven knocking on the door of your spirit, asking for your agreement. The move has been made, the card revealed, but only you can seal it. Let your response be clear. I accept being the card heaven has played. I accept my role in this appointed hour. I accept that I am not backup, not decoration, but prophecy embodied. When you speak this, when you seal it, you are not just affirming words. You are igniting reality. You are stepping into alignment with the script written before your first breath. You are confirming that the card is not only revealed, but fully alive, ready to disrupt and ready to fulfill. Chosen one, do not hesitate. Seal it now. Say it now. For the board has shifted, and the world is waiting to see the power of the card that heaven has placed. That card is you. Chosen one. Once the seal is made, the way you live must reflect it. Destiny is not carried in secret alone. It must be embodied in rhythm, in action, in the smallest details of your life. For you are not only called to carry the card, you are called to become it in every breath, every choice, every step. Wake each day with declaration. The moment your eyes open, speak aloud. I am the card heaven plays. Let your first breath carry identity, not confusion. Do not let the noise of the world define your morning. Let prophecy define it. The day is not common for you anymore. You are not waking into routine. You are waking into mission. Rest differently. Others rest as escape, as if hiding from the weight of the world. But you, chosen one, must rest as one reserved. Your rest is not retreat. It is replenishment. When you lie down, you do not vanish. You recharge the next unveiling. See your sleep not as weakness, but as sharpening, a forge where heaven restores your fire. Feed your body as vessel. Do not treat it as casual. The skin, the bones, the breath you carry, they are instruments of prophecy. Nourish them with intention. Care for them as if they are sacred, because they are. For when you stand before rulers, when you walk into nations, your body itself is testimony. The glow on your face, the fire in your eyes, the steadiness of your posture. These are not ornaments. They are weapons. Guard your words. You cannot speak as though you are ordinary anymore. Every syllable carries consequence. Your voice was sharpened to pierce, not to waste. So measure your words, not with fear, but with purpose. When you speak, let it be as one who knows history bends with your sound. Let your silence carry weight, and let your declarations thunder. Surround yourself with alignment. Not every voice belongs in your ear. Not every presence belongs at your table. Chosen one, discern carefully. Those who drain you cannot remain. Those who mock your destiny must not anchor your heart. Walk with those who recognize the card you are, for alignment strengthens, but mockery weakens. Lie visibly, yet humbly. The glow on you is undeniable. It will attract eyes, some friendly, some hostile. Do not hide it, for hiding denies heaven's hand. But neither flaunt it for pride distorts the mission. Live as one who knows they are seen, but walk with the weight of responsibility, not vanity. Finally, move daily with expectation. Each step is not random. Each encounter is not coincidence. Every moment may be the appointed one. Carry yourself ready, alert, awake, as one who understands the board is shifting constantly, and the card must always be prepared to move when heaven signals. Chosen one, this is your lifestyle now. Not survival, but significance. Not wandering, but walking with intent. Every breath a declaration, every rest a sharpening, every meal a consecration, every word a weapon, every step a prophecy. For the world will measure its hours by calendars and clocks. But you, chosen one, will measure them by destiny. And in each of those hours, heaven whispers, remember, you are the card, live as a card, move as a card, be the card, chosen one. Every journey must end not with doubt, but with declaration. Every unveiling must conclude not with silence, but with seal. You have seen the hook, you have walked through the vision, you have heard the prophecy, you have recognized the signs, and you have felt the urgency. Now comes the moment of prayer, the moment when heaven's decree and your spirit meet in agreement.